Everybody. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am back in the new year. Happy holidays, belated happy holidays. Happy New Year to everyone. If you didn't know, I was in Chicago for a week for the holidays with my family. Of course, you can't go from Tennessee to Chicago to some -2 weather with a -15 wind chill and not have some kind of cold. I was down bad for about 2 days with a cold. I could breathe, but I feel like my voice sounds different. So maybe in a couple of days, when some of my sinuses are fully free, my voice will sound back normal. But to me, my voice sounds raspier, which makes me feel like I still have a cold. But I am back. I have missed you all. I can't wait to talk about this episode of Real Housewives of Potomac because it was messy. It was messy, and I want to know what everybody thinks about it. So definitely tell me what you think in the chat. If you on the replay, I need to know what you thought about it in the comments. A mess. Let's get the formalities out of the way. Please like this video for me. And if it's your first time with your girl, please go ahead and hit subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am like this close. Like I'm not this close yet, but I'm like this close to 1,000. So I really am pushing to get there. So, hey, Yvette, feel better. Plenty of tea. I do need some tea and vitamin C. I need to make a Walmart Target run or something. But I feel better. Like I don't feel sick at all. I just feel like my voice sounds different, but maybe not. I could be tripping. I don't know. But anyway, Real Housewives of Potomac. Look at me coughing as soon as I'm talking about a mess. Um, the Potomac ladies. Messy. But at least, ladies, you picked it up. Because I know I probably skipped a video or two because the past two episodes were boring. This one, the storyline was boring, but y'all brought the mess. And I'm happy Candace and Wendy conducted themselves professionally, accordingly. Like they didn't take the bait at all. And I'm so happy. But I'm gonna fast forward some of the filler scenes. Like I don't care about Karen setting up her event. I'll talk about her event in a second. Let's jump to the first scene that I really cared about, and that's Mia, Jacqueline, and G. This was such an uncomfortable scene to watch. Now, mind you, I do have to work tomorrow, so I'm not turning up tonight, but I turned up for New Year's Eve and I watched the episode last night and I turned up last night too because I was off today, so I could do that. So when I watched the episode, I was about 2 or 3 tequila drinks in. So I'm watching it and I don't really understand the point of the conversation they were trying to have. Like Jacqueline comes in and everybody hugging, hey girl. And then she sits right next to G and immediately G is like, you're gonna let her sit here. It felt like they wanted to cover up the previous conversations of people thinking that Jacqueline slept with G. Mind you, we're going to think what we want to think regardless. But it felt like they wanted to come clean that up. But G got nervous because he felt like me and Jacqueline got a little bit too much chemistry for her to be just sitting next to me because I noticed Jacqueline rubbing all on his arm, lean in. I know enough body language to know to lean in mean you've been too close or you feeling the person because you leaning in. Let me just say, I'm just gonna say it plain. I ain't gonna make no whole disclaimer about it. It couldn't be my husband. Like, bitch, you ain't need to be rubbing all up and down my husband's arm. Now I'm confident he can have a female friend, and I have plenty of homegirls that come over and we have car parties, whatever, and they can have conversations with my husband. But ain't nobody leaning in and ain't nobody rubbing of the arms. No. But we already know that they have an alternative marriage. It's not traditional. They business. Now, I said this on my Twitter space last night, and I usually do, if you want to know my immediate opinions about the episode, I usually do a Twitter space on the late night. You got to be up, usually around 10 p.m. the night of the episode. We usually have a Twitter space. Right. They have way too much, Dr. Ivy, too comfortable for me. Too comfortable for me. But I said this last night, and I want to say it again in case Mia, because that space was like 5 hours. So Mia might watch this little YouTube video. Mia, girl, people are going to think whatever they want to think about your marriage. And at this point, I don't care if you and Jacqueline slept together. I don't care if G and Jacqueline slept together. I don't care if all three of y'all slept together. No matter what the combination of the sleeping situation was, my opinion on you is not going to alter if it's a yay or a nay. I think what I think about you in this period. And the way I feel about you, Mia, is I feel like if the conversation doesn't involve your vagina, you really have nothing to say. And I really had to think about that because I was going to tweet that, but I say, Angie, that might be too mean to tweet. But I guess I done said it now. I might as well tweet it. But if I go back to her first season to now, pretty much every conflict and conversation that involves Mia outside of you got cancer, no cancer, you know, that situation. It's all been twirled around her vagina. Was she a stripper? High class stripper? Stripper in the steak club, steakhouse, whatever she want to call it. You know, she got her man popping it open on the beach in Miami. She likes to do threesomes. She likes to let her husband sleep with other women and she watch. She got a click fix. You know, every conversation has to do with her vagina. And it made me think, Mia, you don't have anything else to offer, do you? Because you always talking about what's going on with your vagina and who vagina you looking at with flashlights. Ma'am, this is how I know you're not a CEO, because a businesswoman has other points of conversation. And the only thing you like to let us know, and you like to drop little hints, is about things that involve your vagina. Ma'am, we don't care. You were a whore in the past. We get it. You're a freak in the bed. We get it. You go both ways. We got it. Stop it. Because we don't care. I really don't care. She can get on Instagram live right now and say, yes, she did it. She can get on Instagram live and put up a video of them all doing it. I would not care because I already believe that it happened. So I don't care. So moving on from Mia, who else had a good conversation up next? I believe it was Ashley and what she called the PYTs. Now they must have just listened to Michael Jackson that day because they couldn't. A true Michael Jackson fan knows it's PYT. It ain't no pretty little thing. It ain't no pretty what you call it. Like they had it all wrong. Ashley, look, I ain't see no youth nowhere at the table. All of y'all looked a good 40 and older. So young, a stretch, and pretty. I ain't see too much pretty at that table either. So maybe you should have just said your homegirls or the things. You're stretching it. And then you brought the dragon along. Now, one thing Giselle is she cute. But she sure ain't young and she barely a thing. She's a dragon. But anyway, you brought Giselle along. Your girlfriend is jittery. Woohoo. Like, I was like, what is Deborah sitting in her chair doing? Why can't she be still? And camera crew, Potomac camera crew is shady because they caught every angle of that woman's face because they knew Candace was going to read her later on in the season. And they had to have all the shots. They had every angle of that lady's structure for us to view in this camera. And Deborah, don't you feel dumb right now? You feel so dumb right now, don't you? You done let Ashley pump up your head thinking you getting ready to be on this show just for you to be proven to be a liar and to be a Shrek looking liar at that. Like, ma'am, Ashley, you didn't have a cute friend to come pull this stunt for you because Deborah was a miss. Deborah was a miss off jump because nobody from the beginning believed anybody would want to talk to her. Most people on Twitter is shocked that she got a husband. Now, mind you, we ain't gonna talk about people looks. Some people could say I ain't the flyest or whatever. I don't care because I'm confident. So we ain't gonna reduce her to her looks. But I'm just gonna say this: the lie ain't lying good, Ashley. Like, production didn't have your back on this. Everything that woman sit up here and talk, they have video footage proving the opposite. Chris was nowhere near this woman. He was at the bar the entire time on his phone, not looking in her direction. It looked like he looked up for a second and was like, ooh, that looked like Elmo. Let me go back to my phone. You know what Elmo doing over here? So I ain't really see what she was seeing. And then the camera footage showed that your girlfriend initiated the conversation. Chris didn't say nothing to her. She said something to him, and he didn't want to be a bitch and ignore her, so he spoke back and had a little small talk. And then the girl had the nerve to bring Eddie into it. He was smiling at me. I didn't even see her anywhere in the vicinity. I saw Eddie and Chris laughing with each other as homeboys having drinks would do. I didn't even see Deborah over there. And then who are these other clowns in your circle that are like, yeah, we were there and we saw it all, and he was kind of trying to talk to and flirt with us too. Next time, Ashley, if you want us to believe this, get a new set of friends. But anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. Giselle was just soaking it all up. She can't wait to run back and tell Robin what was going on. I agree, Vontae. She initiated the conversation, and you can tell he didn't even want to talk to her. Bert, she do kind of look like Bert and Ernie. Yeah, he didn't want to talk to her. He was just giving her small talk. Hey, how you doing? Oh, your husband named Chris. Oh, that's cute. I hate I hate small talk, elevator talk. I was just telling my homegirl the other day, because I flew in on New Year's Eve. She wanted to go out. If she would have told me way in advance, I would have prepped myself to go out, but I wasn't prepped to go out. But she went out to the bar by herself, and I was like, girl, you friendly. Turn to the people next to you and, talk to the people at the bar and have a good time. And she had a good time. I said all that to say that's not me. When I go out, I don't know why I'm this way, because I really am an extremely nice person. It could be social anxiety because I am a shy person. Like, I have a wall up. But when people start talking to me at the bar or in the elevator and I don't know them, I get to looking at them like, yeah, like, I'm very dry with my response. So you would know, okay, I ain't say shit else to her. I don't like elevator small talk. Now, if I initiate it with you, that means I'm in the mood. I'm coming out of my shell and I want to small talk with you. But if you initiate some small talk with me, I'm probably gonna look at you crazy, like, yeah, like, hey, like, I'm very dry. I don't know why I'm like that. And maybe when I do my vision board, we're having a vision board party next weekend. When I do my vision board, I'm going to put that on there to change my attitude, because I shouldn't be that mean to people. But I don't like talking to strangers. But you're the same way. You're the same way, Vontae. I really don't like elevator talk. Like, we only got to be on this elevator for 10 to 15 seconds, please. I don't care about the weather. I don't care. Ooh, it's cold outside. I don't care about none of that shit. Let's just go to our floor and get to work or wherever we doing. and mind our business. I'm a mess. A mess. But anyway, so Ashley and her friends, check. What else happened? Let's go ahead and move over because I really only want to talk about Karen's party. Oh no, we cannot glance over Giselle reporting back to Mia about what Karen said and the tea that Mia dropped about herself. See, this is why I can't stand Mia. Because when somebody I know on a reunion or something throw this shit back in her face, she gonna be crying like she didn't just spill all of her own tea. And this is what I'm talking about. And I ain't going all them episodes back. I ain't gonna go all them episodes back. But this is what I meant all those episodes ago when I said what I said. Mia spills all her own tea. And then when people throw it back in her face, she mad. And she want to throw drinks and throw purses. But Wendy didn't say shit wrong. Everything that Wendy said this whole season, Mia has admitted to doing. Everything. Everything. But anyway, you know, Giselle doing what she doing, earning her check, running back, carrying bones. She gonna tell Mia the little tea that Karen told about her. But I'm like, Mia, you mad at Karen. But Karen only came to you because Giselle was telling your business to Karen first. But you ain't got no heat for Giselle for running telling Karen all of the business you told her about the shower and everything else and buying cars. Like Karen, I don't know why Giselle is in charge of the girls of Potomac. I don't know why you all gave this lady that title, but I feel like your energy should have been the same towards Giselle. Like, bitch, Karen wouldn't have said shit if you wouldn't have said shit. But anyway, Mia is mad at Karen now because Karen told Giselle about playing doctor and she ain't really cleared that up with Giselle. She still was going all around like, yeah, I should have used some tongs and I just wanted to look at it. And I'm like, at 20 years old, I ain't never had the desire to want to look at nobody vagina. It just say y'all was fucking. I just wish she would admit to the shit because saying playing doctor is what 8-year-olds do. When they find out girls have vaginas and boys have penises, when they finally find that out, they kind of want to know what it is. That's what 8-year-olds who are curious do. By 20, the only reason you looking at a vagina is because you want to fuck one. And that's it. Moving on. So she couldn't get nothing about that flashlight conversation. So she went on and threw out there, well, what's up with Peter girlfriend? Tell me the tea on that. Now, when Mia said we had sex at the bachelorette party the day of the wedding, I believe they fucked the day of the wedding. Mia said what she said, and then Giselle tried to help her clean it up. You mean the day before the wedding? All of it sound bad. All of it sound whorish, trashes, garbage. This man you only with this man for the money, because ain't nobody fucking nobody they love the day before the wedding. And then that woman is singing as you walk down the aisle. And the whole time it's your couple friend's girlfriend. It's Peter's girlfriend. And this is why Mia is a liar, because she tells all these tales and she don't have her dates right. Because how, if this girl was Peter's girlfriend at your wedding, how was it that you had her first and threw her back to Peter when y'all were fucking the day of the wedding, the night before the wedding? It sounds like what Wendy said is true. You did some snake shit, and the snake shit probably was you probably did have some sexual rendezvous with her before, as y'all say, threw her over to Peter. But you cheated. You had that girl cheat on Peter with y'all so y'all could get y'all rocks off the night before the wedding. Now she said Well, she ain't sleep with G. She just did the foreplay with G. So she sucked G off and played with his balls and all that other stuff. But what's the point of getting G all revved up just for you to sleep with her? So y'all both done slept with that girl the night before the wedding, and then she sang some sweet love song as y'all walked down the aisle. It was all foolishness. Look, do whatever you want to do in your marriage. It's your business. That story sounds wild to me. And for whatever reason, I believe every bit of it is true. Because why say it? Why say something so outrageous if it's not true? I said it on Twitter. You can't even make this stuff up. And gonna say it's funny when people get upset when they get called out, but you throwing phones and purses. Right. Because she checked Karen down to her event. Now let's get on to Karen's event because we ain't got to make this we ain't got to make this long because I got to get over and talk about the challenge in a minute. Karen's event compared to Giselle and Robin's event. Because Jasmine Masters was there, I'm going to say Karen's event was better. But Karen, next time you bring Jasmine or anybody else from RuPaul's Drag Race to the show, pay the fee so we could hear something. Like, what was the point of Jasmine being there, but we couldn't hear an inch, not a millisecond of her voice in what she did at the show? And production was shady enough to let us know Jasmine's budget was not covered. Like, you paid for her to be at the Improv, but you didn't have enough to pay for her to be on Bravo. Because I ain't mad at you, Jasmine. You're not about to use me for some airtime and I don't get a cut. You gonna give me something. That's the only part that I didn't like. Karen, next time pay the full budget. Pay the full budget. But I feel like Karen's event was better, but Karen didn't know how to be real. I ain't about to cover for Karen. Karen couldn't keep it real. Karen, your event was a variety show at the Improv, and you were the host. And at the end of everyone doing their cute little act, you sat around, answered a few questions because you are a star on the Real Housewives of Potomac. People probably did want to come and ask you questions, but for the most part, you hosted a show. And that's what it should have been. Because Jasmine came out there and did 2 numbers that we had to watch some clownery through. And the comedian who did a couple of exercise jokes, she could have kept those. But anyway, anything is better than sitting up listening to Giselle and Robin for me. So Karen's event was better. And I appreciate that Karen held her event in a place where the energy could be full. Like, her event was packed. Now, I know that little improv center probably only held maybe 100 people, 75, but it was packed. Where Giselle and Robin probably had those same 75 people, but in a theater that held 400. So their energy wasn't compact like that, and it felt stale and boring and like you were talking to an empty room. So I did appreciate at least Karen saying, at least I'm y'all ain't gonna say my shit ain't full because I only had 75 seats to begin with. Anyway, moving on from that, Karen, you look nice too. I like Karen's outfits. Um, the shadiness of it all, the messiness of it all. Ashley brings Deborah to the event. Everyone must have got a +1. For whatever reason, Deborah was the one Ashley wanted to bring. Now, mind you, I loved how Candace didn't even know who that was. And Robin's messy ass had to be like, Candace, you know that's old girl who said Chris was feeling on her booty. And Candace looked like, I don't address Sesame Street characters. And I just was hollering. I said, get her, Candace. Now, Candace did give her 2 seconds of attention, but she didn't give her any energy, which is what I appreciated. And then Ashley at the end is like, Candace, don't you want to have a private conversation with Deborah? And she was like, no, about to go home to my man. that y'all want to say cheating on me. No, ma'am. And so she was like, I don't think it's fair that you're dismissing my friend. Like, girl, you better be happy she ain't slapped the shit out of your friend because see, Candace is a better than a lot of women that I know. Because they would have went over there and cussed your friend clean out and made her look a pure fool on national television. And I kind of wanted Candace to do it. Like, Candace knows how to use her words. She would have made that woman feel very small, but she left it for the confessional. And then old girl is on TikTok yesterday making makeup videos with Sesame Street characters. I'm like, girl, don't nobody want to see you and your lookalikes. Like, all you doing is proving the point. You look strange. Now, I don't think she's ugly, but she does look strange. I believe Mia said it on the show. She was like, Wendy and Candace's they're queens, they're tens. And I mean, your girl is cute, but she ain't cute. Like me and you was being nice. No one is checking for Deborah, period. But the man she got. Be happy with the man you got and leave this fake storylines. Leave them alone. And this is what I want to tell Ashley. Girl, Ashley, you trying really hard to be messy. Like you reaching deep into your messy Ashley bag. Real deep for this to be a failure. Ashley, I need you to let this go. Like this week, next week going forward, don't bring shit up no more. It didn't hit Ashley. Wendy didn't take the bait. Her and Eddie sitting in the house laughing at y'all asses like we laughing at home. And Candace isn't taking the bait. Candace is just gonna drag you at the reunion. I can't wait. I can't wait to the reunion. Candace, I want you to cut all the way up. All the way up on everybody. Everybody needs a cut up from you, except for maybe Wendy, maybe Karen. I can't remember because Karen be on and off of her fuck shit sometime. But it's coming. Ashley, get ready because this was a miss. And see what you didn't know that production was going to be so much on Candace's side. Now I honestly feel like if there was even 2 seconds of Chris doing one of the many things that your friends claim that he's done at this one event. It's amazing. The first event of the season is where Chris wanted to throw it all away. Like he flirted with everybody. He got on Instagram and hit up Ashley in the DMs. Like it's very clear that Ashley was mad at Candace this season and wanted some kind of revenge. I don't get it. But let it go, Ashley. Don't look a fool no more. Michael already got you looking a fool, being in no houses and can't get them and all this other kind of stuff. Like, girl, just go ahead and use your Potomac check. I don't see, this why I don't feel bad for women like Ashley's and the Mias of the world where you use your vagina to get him. And now that he don't want your vagina no more, you worried about, well, can you at least set me and the kids up in the house? Like, ma'am, this is why I respect people like Wendy, like Candace. I ain't gonna name nobody else, but I ain't gonna throw them in the Mia and Ashley either. They in the middle. I respect women that use their brains. Like, no matter what, I'm fucking because I want to. Because and I hate when people are like, oh, you fucking for free. No, I'm fucking because I want to. I don't have to put a price tag on my vagina because my brain can afford me everything I need: a house, a car, all my clothes, anything that my husband or a boyfriend in the past ever gave me has been a gift, not because I needed my vagina to go out and get it. My brain affords me all of that. So when it's time for me to release and have sex, I don't have to worry about, oh, but my rent ain't paid, so I need to fuck him and not him. No, I can fuck whoever I want to. So I don't feel bad for Ashley because you've come up, you used your situation to come up on Bravo and have a check and to have a platform to maneuver and build future checks, but you still trying to use this vagina for a house when you could have been had a house. Been. But you worried about some status that nobody gives a fuck about. And Mia, all I'm gonna say is, ma'am, look over the wheel. Look over that wheel. Because just because you popped your pussy for him doesn't mean he has to leave your ass a dime. He could leave all his millions to a dog, and you and them kids could be on the street. Look over the wheel first, Mia. Look it over. Because I don't know if G wants to divorce you, but he might not want to take care of you forever either. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that there because it ain't none of my business, and I don't care. You know, if you want to use your pussy to come up in this world, that's your business. I ain't mad at it. But don't get up here crying when the pussy no longer works because you had an opportunity to use your brain. And ladies, always use your brain first. And that's all I'm gonna say, because not everybody has a fairy tale ending. Y'all be following these people on Instagram, looking at them with all these bags and cars and diamonds, and y'all thinking y'all about to pop y'all pussy and get the same, but they don't show you how they end up when them rappers and NBA players lead them in the dust. They don't show you the after they get left. But anyway, I'm not about to get on here and start preaching about stuff because it ain't none of my business. Do what you want to do. All I'm saying is I don't feel bad for Ashley. Or Mia. I don't feel bad for none of them hoes. Or Giselle. Shut up, Angie. Shut up, Angie. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Next week looks spicy. We're going to figure out why Mia and Jacqueline fall out. I can't think of a reason why, because if Jacqueline admits, yeah, I fucked G, I feel like Mia already knew that. I don't know why they would fall out. I really don't, but I want to see that. We finally gonna get to see Karen versus Charisse. I can't wait to see Karen shake the table, you know. I know they're not gonna fight, but I want to just see them get it out because they have anger towards each other. It's very clear. There's tension in the air whenever they're around each other. I can't wait to just see them get it out. Say what y'all gotta say, and then leave Charisse, you know, at home on all future episodes and future seasons. Like, that's enough of Charisse for me. And that's it. Whatever else happens is a cherry on the top. I feel like next week will be good. So I'll be back next week. Thank you all for being patient with me on catching up all my videos. I think I have a 20-minute break. Yes, in 24 minutes, I will be back at 5 o'clock to go over the challenge. Am I mad at Nelson? I don't know. I'll let y'all know when we get over there at 5 o'clock. But thank you all so much for supporting. It means so much to me. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next Monday for the next episode of Potomac. And again, if you want to know my opinion right after the episode, on Sunday night, I host Twitter Spaces for Potomac, and then I do my YouTube reviews on Monday. And then tomorrow on Kamisha Reviews, we'll do the Potomac panel where all the ladies will be together giving their opinions. And that's always a lot of fun too. But I'm about to take a little break for The Voice, and then I'll be right back at 5 o'clock for the challenge. So I'll see you all then. Have a good one. Bye.